Strike it up.
The Walter and Odessa Adam Legacy Fund presents Busta Rhymes.
Wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got.
Don't this hit make my people wanna?
That's right, the legendary Busta Rhymes, March 28th, Kansas City Arena in Kansas, South Carolina. And that's not all, performing live.
Now who flat top rules in 89?
That's right, it's the legendary Big Daddy Kane.
I'm a smooth operator.
It all goes down Friday, March 28th at the Kansas City Arena in Camden, South Carolina. That's right, March 28th at the Kansas City Arena. Busta Rhymes, Big Daddy Kane, yours truly, DJ Shakim. We party with a purpose. Doors open at 9 p.m. Tickets at Eventbrite.com. Get them right now. I'll see you there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now throw out your other pistol.
I ain't got another pistol.
Well, you better shit another pistol out your ass. Cause if you don't throw one up here in the next 2 seconds, we gon' kill this bitch.
Yo, accurate rap, shooter rap, zap, through the black Buddha, add up the math. We talk for bad movers, black spoon, lighters flicking in dark rooms, and hella crack dudes, catching whales with harpoons. Bitch scales, yo, we blowing nails like monsoons. Stuck behind a smoke screen, fiends, OD and on morphine. Life, I make that bitch sing. Sipping on Jill Brown, blowing on Miss Green. Niggas think you losing to switch teams. Kinda confusing cause I was moving at this speed. Money pacifier.
I hear the beat is swinging on as if my name was David Ruffin. Quick to toast an MC just like an English muffin. Don't worry about a thing because the fool was never bluffing. I can take from the whack. So then I take a buffin and I max. I wait until the opportune time and then I tax. But should I max? This is sinning is for sinners, so I guess I'm not a sinner. Beginners for beginners, so I guess I'm no beginner. This is how I spark it with money in my pocket. When it comes to having pleasure, I get hard as a rocket. MC Grand Pool coming through all the residue. The songs are rain classics dating back to the Babalu. My boys I call them pop. The phones out of them jocking. I can think of many episodes of Sprung on Lincoln Park. No, I'm not a phony and I got a tenderoni. Left the way she is not too bad, not too bony. Don't drink shake, I won't sink like a tanker. Knock the boots off a certain Casablanca and I think I'm some rap for slick. Like Engelbert Humperdinck. Better yet, Dick Cavett. I got a bad habit, similar to the girl. Well, she's got a habit. I think with the brain and I went behind the zipper. I'm living kind of good, similar to Jack Tripper. A landlord, they wrote it, did a show at the Copa. When I'm finished with this, I'll be paid like Oprah. So if honey wants to act fly, I'll just play like God and I'm stick out your women hits cause you may cut off like a light switch. See I'm programmed to slam with the summer, spring, or fall. Before I do a show, I get some chicks out the mall. Then I get my gear and I give Trevor a call cause he works in a barber shop right behind the mall.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Connected Dots. This is an all 80s episode. That's why you heard the 80s song in the background, Brand Nubians All for One. All right, just had to play that, let you know this is where it's going. This is where it's going. I am your host, Duquan Hicks, a.k.a. Louis Icewater. And this is another episode of Connected Dots, baby. And as I told you before, as I get older, I have to use paper. Yes, I have to use paper, so you can laugh all you want. I don't care. This is called getting older, you know what I mean? So, we're going to start out with my 80s. This show was called All 80s Hip Hop. And I have 4 lists. And I want you to comment whatever you want to do. But this is how I'm doing it, all right? So here is my top 10 80s, 1980s, the 80s era of producing. Producers of the 80s, my top 10 in no particular order. First, Mantronix. Now, if you don't know who Mantronix is, you better Google him up. He started the 808 beats and everything like that. This dude made beats what it is today. He was the first one to take it to another level, Mantronix. Another person on my list is Hitman Howie T. What can you say? He's done a lot of production for Chubb Rock, Real Roxanne, Special Ed. You know what I'm saying? So if you heard what I just said, then you already know the beats he's done. This dude was phenomenal. I think he was way ahead of his time. He should get the credit. Number 3 on the list, Herbie Lovebug. Look at all the production for Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper, Dana Dane. I can go on and on. This dude should really get some credit. Herbie Lovebug was a writer too. So just think about all the things. He was Puffy. He was everybody before everybody because he knew how to do everything. You know what I mean? Number 4 on this list, and no one ever talks about this guy, but I'm going to talk about him today. Larry Smith. Okay? Larry Smith was a genius. You hear that Houdini album, how it sounded? Way ahead of his time. Yo, Larry Smith. You need to know who this guy is. He did a lot of joints. He stepped the game up from Mantronix to make the sound so new. Yo, Larry Smith is on this list of my top 80 producers. 5, Marley Marl. Need I say no more? The first guy to sample, who's done beats for Big Daddy, Kool G Rap, Sean Tate, Biz Markie, the whole Juice Crew. Then remixing and everything like that. This dude, Queensbridge, Marley Marl, come on. He has got to be on your list. Number 6, E-Double, Eric Sermon. You know what I'm saying? When EPMD first came out, yo, his beats were phenomenal. He had an East Coast and West Coast sound. Before the West Coast cats started doing this, he was doing it. Eric Sermon, E-Dub, he's got to be on your 80s list. You know, the Bomb Squad, Public Enemy. Now, come on. You can't tell me they sound was dope. You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy sound was dope. They had the trumpets and the horns. They were just different. Bomb Squad never gets the props due, but they on my list as 80s producers. The Bomb Squad, yo. They on that list. 45 Kings. Yes. Let me say it again. 45 Kings. You listen to Lakim Shabazz or anybody from Jersey from that point that came out in the 80s. This dude did his thing in the 80s. He did some stuff in the 90s, but I'm putting him down as one of my top 10 80s producers because he has some dope beats. Yo, Prince Paul. That's right, Prince Paul. He did stuff for Stetsasonic and De La Soul in the 80s. And you already know how he changed the game and the sound. You know what I'm saying? Prince Paul was that dude. And he became that dude in the 90s. But as an 80s producer, he's on my list. And number 10, Rick Rubin. Should I say any more? Look at Run DMC. Look at all the guys he had underneath him. Rick Rubin does not get that credit, but he's getting credit on my 80s list as producers. Those are my top 10 80 producers. So if you think there's somebody that should have been on the list from the 80s producers, comment. If not, you know, continue to enjoy the 80s show, baby. So I'm going to talk about my top 10 influential songs of the 80s. Not popular, not most played, but influential. Know what that word influential means, you digs? So let's start off with UTFO, Roxanne, Roxanne. The reason why this thing was influential because it was a song about a girl and then everybody else came behind it. Roxanne Bat Scratch, Roxanne's Revenge. You know, Real Roxanne. This spun off a whole bunch of Roxanne stuff. So this has to be an influential song. Another song, number 2 influential song is Houdini One Love. The reason why it's influential because of One Love. You get what I'm saying? Everybody started using that term, One Love. The video was dope. You know what I'm saying? Talking about a girl, but that saying became dope. One Love, yo. Shout outs to Houdini, Jalil, hooking me up with the hoodie. What's up, my dude? Yo, Eric B and Rakim for Eric B for president. Now, this is influential because when you first heard this song, this was played everywhere in New York City. This was hot. This song had everything that it was the emergence of Rakim, but also this song changed a lot of drum patterns. This was an influential song. 4, Hey Young World by Slick Rick. You know why it's influential? Because he's talking to the kids. I think he was the first one that made songs that had a saying for the kids, to telling them, yo, the world is on you, young world. Pay attention. It had a strong message for the kids. Yo, Slick, you on my list. You know what I'm saying? De La Soul, Me, Myself, and I. The title alone is influential, but not only that, the sound of that song made the song influential. It was the start of the Daisy Age. No one knew what that was. You know what I mean? So that song became the most popular, not popular, influential song for the Daisy Age, and you know what I'm saying, the native tongues. Ultramagnetic, MC Ultra. Influential because of the drum pattern. No one used that drum pattern until they came out with that. Also, was influential because what they were saying, I didn't understand what they were saying at first. It took me years to figure out they was a way ahead of their time lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kool Keith. You know what I mean? Ice-T, Colors. This song was very influential because this was the first time we heard about gang culture in LA. So this song was very influential to Los Angeles, and it was very influential to gang culture, learning about gang culture in LA. Ice-T, Colors. BDP, Boogie Down Productions, Why Is That? This song was influential because KRS was telling you all along about the black Israelites and breaking down stuff about Jesus being black. He was breaking this down in the 80s. This song was dope on all levels. The teacher was teaching. Influential. Queen Latifah, Ladies First. Very influential because it was talking about empowerment of the ladies. Her and Moni Love was flipping it back and forth. The lyrical assassin on this joint was dope. But it was really important for the woman to understand ladies first. And my last influential song of the 80s hip-hop is Africa by Stetsasonic. They did a song about Africa. That's when apartheid was coming in. Everything that was going on, the Africa movement, helping out Africa, what was going over there. And they did this song, and this song was very influential in the 80s. If you have any comments about what I'm saying, yo, hit me up. Subscribe, because this is all 80s, baby. So now I have my top 10 80s influential beats. Not popular, but my influential beats. And this is no particular order. I'm just going as it is. At 1, I have Houdini, Friends. The reason why this beat was very influential, how many people have used this beat and sample after they did? A lot of people. We can go on and on and on. This was a very influential beat. It's still used to this day. Number 2, Run DMC, Sucker MC. When we first heard this song and heard how the beat pattern went, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? This song, the beat was played forever. No one had a beat like that beat when that first came out. Sucker MC, yo. Influential beats. Number 3, Soul Sonic Force, Planet Rock. This song changed. This is one of a game changing. It was a fast up-tempo beat. Kind of like it could be house, it could be hip hop, but it was dope. And it really kind of started some sound down there in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Because this was really part of the bass sound they had down there, because this song was played everywhere across the country. Okay? Number 4, 2 Live Crew, Move Something. This is an influential beat. This is how Miami got started, yo. This is how Miami got started. Yeah, you had Shy D. You know, he was part of that Florida movement, but Shy D from New York, people don't understand that. And one dude, Marquise, he from New York as well, from 2 Live Crew, rest in peace. But Move Something started that Miami trend. And the video was dope. They had the Dookie ropes on, and they was rocking the Boxer Miami Hurricane joints. Was dope. Putting Miami in the back, Miami on the map. Shout out to 2 Live Crew. Shout out to Luke. Know what I'm saying? 6, EPMD, You Got to Chill. Influential because the West Coast, because they use more bounce to the ounce, and that was a West Coast type of sound. Everybody loved EPMD, Houston, Detroit, Los Angeles, because they had a West Coast vibe, and they started following that trend. EPMD started that really West Coast beat trend. if you want to think about it, they started it before even the West Coast guys started it. You correct me if I'm right, correct me if I'm wrong, but do your homework. All them OGs know what I'm talking about. All right. Number 7, Slick Rick's children's story. How many people use this? The children's story beat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people started using this. You talk about Capleton. You know what I mean? You talk about the other dude from South LA. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do. You know, everybody started using this iconic beat. This was an iconic beat. Number 8, Dougie Fresh, Keep Rising to the Top. I put this on this list because this beat has been used so many times, but he was the first hip hop artist to use it, and everybody is still using this beat to this day. That's why it's on my list of influential beats. Number 9, Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz, the beat. Now, how many people use this beat? Just the beat alone. R&B artists, hip hop artists. This beat is always, no matter how you play it or when you play it, it's always a hit. Anybody that used this beat, this song became a hit. Tell me if I'm right. Alcoholics and everybody else that uses beat. R&B cats. And then number 10 is PSK. You know what I mean? Mr. Spoonie G, Philly Stand Up. That is on my list as an influential beat because no one did a beat like that. And my bonus pick is Craig G dropping Science beat. Everybody used that beat as well. Now, if you don't like my influential 80s beats list, or you got something that you throw on that list, influential, not popular, influential, comment. I want to hear comments. Word. My last category, my top 10 hip-hop influential videos of the 80s, not popular videos. Influential, meaning it meant something. It was for a cause or a meaning. That's what influential means, to be influenced. Okay? So number 1, Public Enemy, Fight the Power. That came out in 88 or early 89. This video was very influential on all points. The movie was dope, but the video was very influential to the black community. Public Enemy always had a message. And that message was, you know, we got to fight the power. We got to fight the masses, yo. Second influential video of the 80s, Self-Destruction. You know what I'm saying? With all the rappers from New York City in this video to try to stop the crime and the drug thing and the crack that was going on. Everybody came out just about to support this video. This was a very influential video. You think I am, and you know, you say what you say, but I'm letting you know what it is. You digs? Word. Number 3, Straight Outta Compton, NWA. Very influential. It showed you how gangbanging was in Compton, California, and putting Compton on the map and putting LA on the map because they was teaching us reality, street reality. This video was very, very to the core. It made you really understand the strength of street knowledge. NWA, baby. All right. Number 4, LL Cool J, I'm Bad. Now, why would I say this was influential on many, many levels? Money-wise, the video was good. Secondly, the start of the video, which made a lot of sense, and it was the outcoming of LL Cool J, really. The really outcoming of what he has become. This video on all different levels, if you watch it and listen to it, you understand what I'm talking about. 5, influential, Run DMC, Walk This Way. Why? Because this was the first time a crossover happened between hip hop and rock on a video. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope. Aerosmith, I believe, Run DMC, and it boosted numbers for both of them. And the video made a lot of sense because the beat was hip hop and rock and roll. So the video made a lot of sense. First crossover, Run DMC, very influential. Number 6, Big Daddy Kane, Lean On Me. Why? Because this was about the teaching of the kids. It was a bad school from the movie Lean On Me. And this brought knowledge to the kids. He was telling kids to stay in school, telling kids what they can be. When you have teachers that are teaching, that's what I like. That's what makes stuff influential. And the influence, you know what I'm saying, of Big Daddy Kane, baby. All right? Another one, Salt and Pepper. Push It. You know what I'm saying? This was influential on all levels. Because first of all, the dances that they were doing in this video, no one was doing at the time. Number one. Number two, it was a crossover between hip hop and kind of house, the way the beat sounded. And they showed Salt and Pepper dressing up in different fashions. You know what I'm saying? The spandex pants, the fly boots, the 8-ball jackets with their name, with the Salt and Pepper name on it, the hair, the dye, the big dookie earrings. All that was fashion that no one seen until they did that. That's why Salt and Pepper is very influential on his list. BDP, My Philosophy. The reason why this was very influential because Scott LaRock was the first rap figure that ever was killed, ever, in a shootout. The first one. So they made this song, My Philosophy, and they dedicated it to Scott LaRock, which I thought was very classy, and it was in black and white. You see what I'm saying? This was really, I think, the first black and white hip-hop video, if I'm not mistaken. The video was all black and white, if I'm not mistaken. It was either that or Funky Cobra Dean's, one of them. But this was very influential. And then another one, Biz Markie, The Vapors. Because he was telling people how people act before they got famous, before they got on. Everybody started feeling them after they got on, but before that, they wasn't feeling them. So The Vapors became huge success. But I'm trying to tell you, influential videos, this is how it's going down. This is how it's going down. All right? So tell me what you think about the influential lists that I gave. My influence of the 80s. All this was 80s. And I'm dedicating it to the 80s because the 80s is the golden era. And the 80s, to me, is one of the best eras beside the 90s. We could debate who's better, 80s or 90s. But the 80s was the era I grew up on. And it helped me with fashion. It helped me get through school. It helped me with a lot of stuff. And it made me decide what I want to do with my life as far as in the hip-hop genre. So anyway, this is enough. It's Connected Dots. I'm your host, Lou Icewater, a.k.a. Duquan Hicks. This episode was called 80s Everything. I want to hear your comments. Comment below. You want to subscribe to my channel. And I just want to hear what you guys say. What you think? Do you think my 80s thing was accurate? Do you have anything that you want to add to the list? Well, let me know, because I'm going to put this out, all right? All 80s, baby. One life, one love, one Lou. Peace.